myself another bottle, I don't even check the price. Black jacket on me, looking cute, make sure she looking twice. I don't even wanna go out. It's still cold even when I'm out the house. She wanna play house, what you talking about? I wanna stay out, and I'm just talking out loud. Cigarette the wrong way round. Wake up and I'm upside down, yeah. Well, it's just the way it goes. She like her look glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't talk cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. Cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. I wanna lay low. Yeah, she acts so nice with me, but I know her heart is froze. My chick's so righteous, but I know it's the life she chose. Now we in the VIP, so don't you get too close. She wants a weed for me, I need to get my dose. And I got myself too far, top of the Uber, they relax. She called me, hit me up, I'm telling her, bitch, relax. Cause I'm throwing up in the sink right now. Wake up and I'm upside down. Well, it's just the way it goes. She like her look glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't talk cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. Well, it's just the way it goes. She like her look glamorous and it's just the way it goes. Now we at the hotel, wanna take off her clothes. I'm hoping she won't talk cause I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. I wanna lay low. It's just the way it goes. I thought you told me you would stay forever, but I know I told you
Alrighty, everyone. Good morning. Welcome back to another live stream. Whenever you're watching this, morning, afternoon, evening. If you're watching it later, if you're watching it now, thanks for stopping by regardless. So this is probably going to be one of like the last episodes or last live streams, hopefully, for a while. Also, I just realized that this is kind of funky as well. It's probably because there's like space between or something on it. There's just a weird row gap. I think I want to get rid of that row gap. I'll try to remember to do that real quick. So basically, I did a lot of work to clean up the mocks and stuff for these communities. So now something broke in here where this isn't quite working right. And the thing is, I guess we don't have any communities we're part of, but like on the homepage, we also have a scroll that was working since I did some stuff. So I'm going to try to refactor to use the same logic here. Also, of course, since working on this, Twitter changed this to black, so we need to change these to black as well. Then we'll see if we can also reuse the same logic. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click join to make sure we can still join this. I'd like to fix this also, so let's go to the community rules list as soon as we join. Sure, agree and join. Okay, joined. Good. Okay, if we go home, I think this part's a little scuffed. I think we might want to like center this possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Otherwise we might keep like that. I don't know. But whenever you have a bunch of these, you can kind of scroll through them. And if we go back to communities, there we go. Looks good. I thought I saw racing and I was like, wait, what? No, but we're good. So we'll go back to explore, load these. Alrighty, so let's go to the rules real quick. So let me open up Vim. And it was community rules, features, communities, and community rules, CSS. So this row gap needs to go. I don't know what I was thinking there. Okay. So the component that we're working on is the community, let's see, community category list. No, community post hashtags or something. Here we go. Community post hashtags. So is this not it? I think it's it. Except I don't see the scroll. That's hashtag post. That's the wrong one. Thought we called it community post hashtags. Here it is. Alright, so here's what's going down here. This is kind of what I'm going to model it off of. But I think what we need to do first is go into this feed top bar. And we need to extract this stuff into a hook that we can use as a util. And go from there. So I know I'm hopping all over the place, but I'm just trying to give some context. Let's go into the feed top bar. So now inside the feed top bar, we have these two refs, the parent ref and the overflow ref. And then I don't think we ever actually use this overflow amount, so we can probably get rid of that, to be honest. So I'm gonna go and delete this overflow set overflow amount. We have this function called calculate scroll amount, and whenever we hover over the bar, we figure out how much it's overflowing, and then decide to display some information. And then we have this handle hover and unhover, and then this stuff is just like doing some other stuff, and then this one, if the scroll page changes, we also like just more or less redo this, and we can also like pass in some other props like how long or something is, right? So basically what we could do is we could take most of this stuff, put it into some prop, or put it into a use effect, or not use effect, a hook, and then pass the data back from the hook. So what I'm thinking is we more or less take like all of this scroll amount stuff and we'll just pass the refs. So if we look at our use click outside, we pass in this component ref object, right? And instead of calling it component, we can call it like parent, and then we can call it something else. So I'm going to copy this real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and make a use horizontal scroll. .ts. I don't think we need tsx here. I'm gonna paste this in real quick. So now instead of use click outside, this is gonna be use horizontal scroll. Go ahead and fix this. All right, right, and then instead of component, we'll go ahead and have parent. And then we'll also have one more. Go ahead and delete this for now. So we'll have parent, and then we will have this one will be overflow, and this one will be, I'm gonna actually call it ref so I know what it is. Overflow ref, and whoops, parent ref. And then this will once again be a React dot ref object HTML div element. And maybe we don't want to be specifically an HTML div element, but it is what it is. All right, and then we need to figure out like what else we want to do with this, but we definitely need to go ahead and pass those two things in there. And then from here, go back to the feed top bar. And then, so like this can stay, these can stay. So we definitely want the scroll amount and all of this stuff. Select choice we don't need. And this is going to break for a little bit. That's fine. Let's come back in here. And now we can go ahead and paste in our state. Go ahead and do this. There we go. And then let's come back in here. Select choice is fine. Just gonna set the active tab. We need to calculate the scroll amount. Let's copy this. Go and put in the use horizontal scroll. And then we need to find a balance of like what we need to return and whatnot. So now, whoops, I spelled this wrong. This should be parent ref like that. So now we have parent ref and all that good stuff. Terrific. And then whoopsie daisies. Right. Now scroll left. This is where I'm wondering, I think we could send this over and then just pass it back, because it's just scrolling left and right on, like we have the refs to deal with this. So I think we can put this in and then do this. Hopefully this works. So I think we can do this, and then in our return. So do we want to return an array, or do we want to return? So this, I think we could probably return an array. But I'll do this. So we're going to return scroll left, then scroll right. Okay. And just bear with me here. And then we'll also, whoops, go ahead and handle, I'm just going to go and call this handle hover. I'm going to go and copy this. We'll also go and just rename the other one handle unhover as well, because it might not be a bar, right? So let's come back into the use horizontal scroll. Do the same thing. So now handle hover, and then we'll also have an handle unhover. And then also we want to return these. So we'll go ahead and I want handle hover, handle unhover. And then we just need a use effect, and then we can use this inside of our component, right? So I just need to yoink this guy. And we might want to like be able to return another like array of props possibly to watch change. And I might need to look up how to do that. And then handle hover. Because like if the scroll page changes, obviously we want to do stuff, but like what if something else changes? And maybe that's something we don't worry about at this moment. But now basically whenever the scroll page changes from clicking left or right, which whenever we click left, the scroll page changes, right? And then now what we can do is obviously all of this is broken. So we also need to, it looks like, pass back, scroll, allow scroll left and allow scroll right. So we also need to come back in here. Let's see. And yep, those are being used in here. So let's also make sure we pass back those. So we want allow scroll left. And we also want to allow scroll right in here. So that's our hook. So now we can go ahead and come in here. And we can say, come below our user. Const. And this will be allow scroll left, allow scroll right, and then we'll have scroll left, oops, scroll left, scroll right, handle hover, handle unhover, equal to use, and horizontal scroll. Go ahead and pass in the parent ref and the overflow ref. And now we just need to go ahead and use these handle hover and handle unhover. So handle hover, and then on mouse leave, handle unhover. If we wanted to clean this up, we could also do one of these. So instead of doing it like this, we can have our const and then break the object up like this just to make it a little bit cleaner looking. But now we got rid of all of that logic in here. Whoops. And we can use that logic across our other components as well, where we want to be able to scroll and like click left and right. So there we have it. Cool. So now we can scroll left and right, hopefully. What we're going to need to go ahead and do is join in a couple more. Because interesting, why did it reset my communities? Oh, it's because I'm on communities, duh. I was going to say, where'd my communities go? No, we're good. Okay, so if we join in like a couple communities here, maybe we do like Twitter official and join. Sure. And why did this come back? I got rid of that gap. Why is this gap back? Come on. Is there another gap I missed? Or did this not save? Try this maybe. Oops. That looks a lot better. There we go. That still looks really big though. I don't think that's supposed to have that big of a gap. I'm getting rid of both of them. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm getting rid of both of these. And this is why I'm trying to get all this refactoring done down before I, oops, gosh dang it, record. And then have to do all of this refactoring inside of the video. But there we go. It's hard to see them, but they're there. I don't know why this monitor makes it hard to see. But it's the color that Twitter uses. Alright, so now if we go back, I need a couple more, I'm assuming, to make it so we can actually scroll this. Right, so let's go and just add a couple more. I want to make sure that we didn't like totally break everything. So we can do art design as well, sure. Join, free and join. Okay, I don't know how that one had 21 members, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're not quite overflowing yet. Then maybe I should center this. If we're not overflowing. That might be something to do, I don't know. And then let's grab one more community. It should make it scroll. So let's just go ahead and do art photography would definitely overflow. Join. Okay, so now it should overflow. We can scroll like this. Like this. Awesome, looks good. Alright, so now I want to apply that same logic to our hashtags. So if we go, I don't know that this even does anything, it just changes it, yeah. Okay, so now if we go back to our communities and then come into like art design, now I want to apply that same logic to this guy. So basically what I'm going to go ahead and do, let's go into our feed top bar, whoops, feed top bar. And the first thing we need to do is force it to basically force it to be, what's the word for it? To not wrap like that. I don't know why it's trying to wrap. I'm gonna do this just so we can copy this. Some lazy piece of crap. Okay, let's go and copy it. And let's go into the community post hashtags. Alright, so we already copied this part. I'm gonna come up here to the top. We can keep use navigate there. I'm gonna paste this and delete all of this because don't care. We can delete all of this. Show icons, we can delete. Hide icons, we can delete. We can go and keep this navigate to hashtag post. Go and import this. Go and import this. Alright, and then go ahead and delete this. Well, alright, delete that as well. And then I want to set this up in a very similar way to the how we have the other one set up. So let's go ahead and comment this out. Right, and then I'm gonna link this. And then we'll kind of modify this to work the way the other one did as well. So let's go ahead and bring this in here. So obviously this isn't going to be called feed top bar. This is going to go ahead and be called, this is, what is this called? Community dash and then post hashtag. And then on mouse over, it's going to be handle hover. And then on mouse leave, it's going to be handle on hover, just like that. And then this is going to be the same thing. So whenever we have this, we'll go ahead and say, we can probably literally call it the same thing. Community dash, whoops, post hashtag. And I think this should be hashtags with an S, hashtags. So community post hashtags, scroll icon, and then we'll have a style left on that bad boy. Then if we click on it, it'll scroll left, and it'll only show up if our horizontal scroll decides it will. Okay, and then we'll have our scroll area. So we'll go ahead and call this community post. Community dash, let's spell community right. Community post, and then hashtags dash scroll area. Alright, and that's going to be set up the exact same way. And here we could probably put width 600 directly on this class inside of the CSS. So that might be something we do as well. I don't know that we need the style here. And then same thing here, but I think I was just being more or less lazy because it was only like 2 styles. So community dash post hashtags. We have our overflow parent. And then now here's where things are going to get different. So we're not going to have a selection bar. We're going to have like our own like div here. And then we'll also go ahead and have this one. This will be community dash post dash hash tags scroll icon. Okay. And then inside here, we'll have a div with a class name equal to community post hash tags. And then I think we'll just call this community post hashtags content maybe. And then inside the content, we'll go ahead and grab this guy again. And this guy I think needs work. Okay, I don't know why hashtag isn't working. Oh, I forgot the map. Didn't copy all the way. Undo. Let's make sure we grab all of this. Okay, then we paste it in here. Alright. So now we already have a with fit content up here. We have our content that'll also be like a with fit content type situation. And then we'll kind of go from there. Oops, sorry about that. So now we yoink the CSS from the feed top bar. which I know is not efficient, but it is what it is. So this one we can, probably get rid of some stuff, but it is what it is. I just want like the scroll, like this stuff. And then we can come back in here to communities, CSS. Alright, so paste this in. So community rules. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Dummy. This one. Community post hashtags. There we go. Okay, so like we can still have height fit content probably. So, like if we go ahead and take this one now, move it up here. So height and width is fine. So obviously we don't need this. We'll take margin and padding. Sure. This I don't know that we need, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Actually, let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and rename this community post hashtags. And then delete the ones we don't need. So we don't need the border. This is probably fine. Position. We can put relative, but I don't know that we need to because of the way that we have this set up. So we can probably literally just get rid of position. And this. Don't need a background color. We don't need all of this. And I'm actually going to go ahead and set this to 60 so it doesn't try to do any funny business. Okay, so I'm going to delete this one now. Now the scroll area. I'm literally just going to go ahead and say, do this. Community dash post dash hashtags. Gosh dang it. Press again. Community post hashtags dash post hashtags dash scroll area. So we're going to keep that as is. And then we need to go ahead and have our community post hashtags. I don't know why this one is below there, but it is what it is. Okay. And then I feel like this should be like scroll area. But maybe not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then here, this exists. Community post hashtags overflow parent. We have our scroll icon, which this, it is what it is. Community post community, make sure we post hashtags dash scroll area, community post dash hashtags. Okay, and then we can get rid of this scroll icon. Then we can go here, do the same thing, community post hashtags dash scroll icon, cover. Oh shoot, I did not want to delete the other one. We want to delete the one below this. Whoopsie daisies. Community post hashtags scroll icon. There we go. Okay, then we can go and delete this scroll icon. We can delete this one. We can delete this one. And then we do need to deal with the hashtag content and other stuff. Like now we have this hashtag content. So let's see here. So here, I think we're just gonna do, I think this is where we need our width is definitely gonna be like fit content. I think this is where we have our display flex and justify content. Maybe like space evenly and align items. Until we might need a little bit more work on that. And it might need a gap. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe add a gap of 4px or something. And now we see how much of a mess we have. Yeah, so like it's still... So now let's see what's going on here. We're still, for some reason, trying to break word inside this community thing. Even though this should be... So this guy has our 660. Rule area. I don't know that we need relative on this. I think we just want... I think we primarily just need... I actually do, I think, need relative because the overflow parent... Or not the overflow parent. Let's see. I'm just sick of this stupid thing breaking these on us. Overflow hidden, overflow Y scroll. So it should just scroll. So I want to figure out what is causing. Overflow parent is just fit content. So why? Like this is being conformed to... The content is also... Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't center it. You take the gap out and it fixes it. So is it the gap being weird? Okay, so let's take out the gap. And we need to restart the app, unfortunately. And this isn't being centered properly, but we can deal with that at another time. And also, I think I might have broken... Let me go back into one of the communities that I had that had a... bunch of hashtags. Yeah, and I did break this. Interesting. Okay, so... Let's go back to this CSS. Take this. I think we do, in fact, want the border top and bottom, I guess. Paste that. Delete that. Let's copy this. And paste it here. Border. Top. Don't need left, don't need right. Don't think we need position sticky. Don't need all that. Shouldn't even need the Z index 100, I don't think either. That looks better. Kind of. But now it's letting it do that stupid crap where it's breaking word. So like, I wonder if we don't throw this into a P tag. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm gonna throw this into like a P tag. Call it a class name equal to community post dash hashtags dash, and then hashtag text. And I need to fix this. Let me make sure I close the P here. Okay. And I'm gonna try to force this. So margin 0, padding 0 8px. Whoops. 0 8px. We're gonna delete this. We're just gonna copy this entire thing. And then we're not gonna care about the other one. Other than say width 100% and height 60px. Okay, it's still plain stupid. Of course it is. So I'm going to no matter what we do here, we're going to try white space no wrap on this guy. Probably not going to work, but it's worth a shot. There we go, finally. Okay, so now this is kind of scuffed because this guy's all the way over here. That's kind of funny. So yeah, now our left and right pointers, it might be this position relative. I'm not sure which one is breaking this. If we come back into this, so our arrow is around community post hashtag, so we do need the position relative on this guy, I think. I don't think we need the position relative on this though, so I think we can get rid of this, right? And then scroll area, let's look at scroll area. Do we have scroll area in here? We do, so we might as well just put width 600 on this as well. We might even be able to throw width 100% on this and get rid of this. And then our community post hashtags does need position relative on it. Because I think the scroll icon is position absolute. So yeah, now looks a little bit better. There we go, looks a lot better. Now obviously this guy is not being centered and the underline is a little bit scuffed, so we need to figure out what's going on with that. But we're getting there, we are getting there. Whoops. And it does in fact work, and we can scroll left and right. That's what we want to see. Cool, okay, so now let's get these guys centered. This is community post hashtag. So overflow parent. So the content is a line item center. I think that the problem is this guy. So I think if we hide the nope. I think if we throw display flex on the hashtag itself. So if we display flex this one, specify content in the center and align items in the center, I think that'll fix this. It does. Okay, now we need to figure out what's going on with the underline, because that's clearly not what the underline's supposed to look like. Can we change the underline color? Let's see. Text decoration color. There we go. Text decoration color. And then we want to go ahead and make it this color. And really, we want this to be hashtag text. Move it down here. Like that. There we go. And now looks a lot better. And it's working a lot better. That's what I wanted to see right there. Terrific. Now the question is, what do we work on for the next like 30 minutes? I know that in communities itself, whenever you go to explore and hover over this guy, this is scuffed. So I think I want to work on this explore area and see if we can't work on getting the scroll refactored with that as well. I wonder if these are still working. Entertainment. It is. Let's go. And I want to see if I can't pass in like a list of like other props to watch. That's like optional as well. Let's see. React. Custom React function as optional array. Let's see, TypeScript. Function pass optional list of parameters. Like, there's gotta be a way to like, not really what I'm wanting. Let me see here. There's like I kind of want to do like spread operator type situation. And I know there's a way to do it in Java. Pass. I don't want to say undefined. Passed unspecified list of parameters. Okay, so we can do ... args. Okay. And whatever it has to be called, I doubt it has to be called args, right? We'll see here, because I think that for our Explorer category list, which this is what we're going to be working on next, I think that we want to be able to watch the selected category to change to see if we also want to scroll left and right type situation, because this guy is kind of a mess. But let's try to refactor this guy as well. First things first, the icon needs to be black. So let's go back to this guy and grab whatever color we used on this. 0.7, sure. Okay. Not the back. Scroll icon. Background color is going to be this now. Since Twitter loves to change stuff on us. Oops. But yeah, we're basically, outside of me doing some more code changes on what's it called, on the mocks, the mock data, we're basically done outside of refactoring this. Hey, how's it going, AB or Abdal? How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right, So this one's going to be interesting. Trying to set it up similar to the other one, because we have a bunch of stuff in here. But it will clean stuff up a lot. Actually it's not as bad as I thought it would be. Might actually not be that bad. Okay. So. Ooh. We have special handle scroll right for subtypes. Honestly, YOLO. I'm just gonna comment literally all of this out. Start from scratch. Other than select category, of course. And just see what happens. This is yucky. This should probably be put into its own function somewhere, but it is what it is. Okay, so obviously token, this is going to not go anywhere. I'm going to comment this out. I'm going to break everything for a second. That's fine. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to come in here. We're going to yoink this real quick. Okay. Let's go and bring this in. I'll put this. I'm gonna put it up here. Okay. And let's go ahead and import our use horizontal scroll. And we have our allow scroll left, allow scroll right, all of that good stuff. Okay. And then now, instead of, okay, so we still need back icon. So let's go ahead and grab this out of this. The back icon is independent of this other ones. So go and bring that. And then handle select category. So now we delete this, and this is why we are going to pass in a list of parameters to this as well, that are optional. So let's see, if we come in here to our horizontal scroll, I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try to do one of these guys. And honestly, we can go ahead and delete these. Probably. I mean, we could have prevented default here. Let's just do that real quick. E.prevent, whoops, prevent default. And E.prevent default on this as well. E.prevent default as well. Okay. And whoops, not that. Do this. And then I'm pretty sure the rules this has to be the very last. But I'm gonna go ahead and say ... props maybe. And then this will be an optional any array. So that doesn't work. I just do this. No. Well, it might help if I do this. That does help. Okay. So then any other props that we pass will also watch in here. Right? So like if we pass it a if we pass it like a the category change, right? Then we can go ahead and rerun that handle hover to see if we still need to be hovering or not. Is the idea. So then we can also pass it stuff like the active type, right? And then we can also pass it like active or types list.length. So if the length changes or if the active type change, and let's see, block scope. Okay, so we need to move this basically is what it's saying. Sure, whatever. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So now we can watch to see if we've changed if we clicked on one of the types, and then whenever the type changes, the types list is probably going to change, and all that's going to do is calculate whether or not we should show the left and right scroll arrows. Okay, so there's that. These ones are fine, I believe. This get post, this would probably be good in a utility function somewhere, or in a utility folder somewhere, but it is what it is. Which we have a utils, but it's fine. Okay, handle unselect category is also fine. So now we don't need handle scroll right or handle scroll left. And I'm 99 blah blah blah, I can't talk. I'm 99% sure we don't need this either. So we're gonna delete that. And I think we can just go ahead and delete these other pieces of state up here. So I don't think we need scroll page offset or show scroll icons either, because we're gonna be using show left scroll, show right scroll, and this is going to really test our logic that I tried doing for like determining how far we scroll left and right. Okay, here I think we can delete this. I think we can delete this. Okay, here, this will be allow scroll left. Okay. And then this will be scroll left. So let's go ahead and deal with this. Oops, scroll left. Okay. This is going to have to be refactored to work properly. And then this one will be allow scroll right. Now, is this going to work? No clue. Probably not. Knowing my luck. But, and then handle scroll right. Alright, now we basically need to go through and refactor this to work the same as the other ones. We need to set up our refs and our parents and all of that stuff. So, now what we need to go ahead and do is, let's go back into our top bar. And do something similar to this guy. So yoink this again. I know this isn't the best way to do this, but it is what it is. Don't do that, please. Okay. So we have our category list, which is like our top level. So here we need our handle mouse over. So we're gonna go ahead and say on mouse over. It's gonna be our handle hover from our function or our utility, and on mouse leave is gonna be equal to handle unhover. All right, so that's gonna be how we calculate whether or not we're allowed to scroll or not. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is we still have our allow scroll left. And then after that, we have our scroll area. Let's go ahead and clean this out. Right. And then here we have a div. Class name is equal to, and then this one will be our communities. Category list, and this one will be scroll area. Now we have our scroll area, and here our scroll area, I don't think we need the style on this, so I'm gonna Or I mean, we want the style, but we're just gonna set width 600 inside the class. So I'm gonna leave it as is, but ref is gonna have to be equal to parent ref, which I think we created. Yes, okay. There's that bit. So now we have our parent ref. And then we need to wrap this again with our other one. I'm actually going to go into this guy because this one's kind of more accurate to what we want. So then we have this. And again, I don't know that we need the with fit content on this guy. Let me double check. So overflow parent. No, we do not need this with fit content either. So I'm going to delete this. But now we have, so here our width is just going to be the entire thing. Here our width is going to be fit content. So we come back in here, come in here, paste this guy, and then come below this div, I believe. Actually this div, and we'll kind of fix this up. Now this is going to be community categories list overflow parent. So communities, because this is multiple communities. Category list overflow parent. Let's do that. So now we have our scroll area itself. Right? We have our scroll area itself where we can scroll left and right. And we're gonna go ahead and set this to like the width of the page or the width of the content area, which is like 600. And then we have our actual scroll overflow, and then we'll actually have what we're scrolling back and forth through. Okay, so I think that's good to go. I think we have our actual component area set up proper. So now the question is this going to work or not? Who knows? So we need to do some styling, obviously. So once again, I'm going to come into this guy. I'm yoinking this. Okay. And we don't actually need all that. We only need to like here actually. And then come back into here. Some of the stuff is going to be slightly different. All right, so we can paste this guy in. So width, let's go ahead and move this to where our category list is. Paste this in. Go ahead and take this guy and Y and paste this. So we don't need this border, I don't think. And I don't think that we need the flex either. We'll see. If it's scuffed, we'll add back the flex. But I don't think we need the flex here. Okay. So now, next up, was we have our scroll area. Go and bring this down. I think this also needs to come over here. So our community list, go and copy this and paste this. Okay. So next we need to replace our scroll container basically. I don't think the scroll container exists anymore. Right, so let's come below this, above the scroll container. So this community category list, oops, I don't think the scroll container exists anymore. Let me double check. So scroll area, scroll container does not exist anymore, so I thought. So scroll container doesn't exist. but we will have this community post, and go ahead and do this. Copy this and paste it in there. Now we have our scroll area set up. Okay. And then let's see here. And then we have, so like now, like all of these, so this one we'll go ahead and replace. So we have our scroll area. Category, I think we keep. Then this guy, we need to go ahead and also copy this bit. Go to here, paste that in. Okay, communities category list overflow parent. And then, so that was our overflow parent. And then from here, I think the rest of this is the same. Other than we can go ahead and take this scroll icon and move it down. And honestly, this can be one of the first ones we do actually after category list. After category list, we can throw this one in, and then this is category list scroll icon. Okay, copy this. Now it's probably broken AF. And we'll see if we still need the display flex and all that stuff. Yeah, so we do need a flex on one of these. So the question is, do we wrap this whole guy in a flex? Like with fit content. Thinking we do that. I think we do a div, class name, communities, category, list, and then categories. And then in here we can delete this, and then we take copy this, and come down here under here above the category itself. Okay, and where's our okay, there's the back. I wanted to make sure we still had that. Let's get rid of this old here. Okay. Now, what we do is, I'm going to take the, not the scroll container, which we might be able to yoink this actually. We might be able to yoink all of this and throw it in here, but let's first do this. Height 100% maybe with fit content. Okay. So now it's kind of scuffed. Okay, so something isn't quite right here. So scroll area. The icon is not where we want it. Okay, I forgot the list. And the hover is kind of not working, so we need to figure out what's going on with that. But category scroll, category dash list scroll icon, category dash list dash scroll icon. Try that. Still some work to do here. Okay. Okay, so obviously something a little bit scuffed with this, but we're getting somewhere. not even hovering it, and it is working for the most part. We just gotta figure out why the hover is broken. And we gotta fix this category list issue. So the height on this guy, we're getting somewhere though. So like we're making progress here. If I go back to my communities here, go to explore. The height on this guy is, can I get a full height on it? I can't. That says 36, but it's definitely bigger than 36. Also, it looks like they got rid of the margin on the bottom, but I think I can't do anything about that. I think that's on the post itself. I don't know. Let's just put some padding on the community category list in general. Or let's see what the original height was. Category list. Height was 57. Let's go ahead and put the height back to like 60. Just for the heck of it. And we still might need to center stuff here. Yeah, so it looks a lot better. I don't know why the hover's broken. We need to figure that out. So now so we might still want let's see. We might still want this part of the categories. Let's see. We might still use this part just to kind of center it. We don't care about this though. It looks a lot better other than the fact that now, okay, that is not, okay, that's not an option. Let's do, let's see here. Where do we want to put this? So we are centering, that's not it. Can we throw it on, oops. Okay, where can we throw this at? That's not gonna scuff everything. I'm scared that if I throw it on the community category list itself, it's gonna break everything. Let's see, display flex. That actually just worked. Surprisingly. And I wonder if categories I can throw a padding on now. Padding 0, 8px. That push it left and right. I'll be damned it does. Okay, so we can throw a flex on category list. Category list. We can add display flex and it doesn't affect it. Display flex thick and on the categories we were able to put a padding on this, which is perfect. Padding 0 8px, because that was something I was having issues with before, trying to get this to work. Now we just need to figure out why our hovering is saying that we're hovering, but like this is basically working the way that I want it to, other than the very end there. It's a little bit scuffed. So like the only thing that isn't quite working is this part isn't quite scrolling all the way. So we can just debug that for a lot of the rest of the time and figure out that. But like the rest of this is working pretty well. I need to change the color of these icons. This song is sick. I should color these icons to white. I like this solution a lot better than the solution I had before. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so I'm wondering if it isn't... I'm wondering if it isn't this. Like, let's see if like... Let's see if this use effect is like resetting or something. Like, I'm assuming that like... Yeah, that's what I figured the issue was. So this props might not work here. If I take this back out, hover and unhover. Yeah. Let's just see what it looks like without adding these props. I was worried about that. But it doesn't make any sense. Because nothing's actually changing in those props. But we'll remove it and just see what happens whenever we navigate. And we might have to cross that bridge in a second here. So we can go and delete these. Like active tab and stuff, but like the parent ref and overflow ref might change because we are making changes to the component. It's just really hard to watch those two. So now the other thing that we need to deal with is, did I not save this? Okay, so why is... Refresh again. Okay. That's an interesting issue to have. Is that an issue with all of these? I didn't notice before? If I go back home. No, it's not an issue with this one. So why is it an issue in Communities Explore? Huh. I don't think the page is changing. We go into one of our communities and we go into our hashtag. Is it doing it on hashtag? It's not doing it on hashtag either. So it's only doing it in the Communities Explore. Okay, so I don't know what the scroll page shouldn't be changing either. I need to clean all this up. Okay, I'm going to clear this and refresh Communities Explorer. Okay, go to the top. So we load up the page. Handle hover gets called twice. Yeah, so handle hover is getting called twice. Can we... React ref. What if we say this? Only if the parent ref and parent ref dot current and overflow ref and overflow ref dot current we'll call handle hover. This help it. Whoops. Refresh it again. And then maybe we have to check to see if it's actually being hovered. React use ref check if component is hovered. I don't want that. I just want to see what I wanted. Once again. It didn't call use hover this time actually. Hit communities. Opening WebSockets. Connect to the server. Bunch of crap that we need to clean up. Bunch of stuff we need to clean up. Okay, so like that time it didn't call this. So why is allow scroll left and right? Let's see what's going on with this. So allow scroll left and right are equal to false. The only time that we set that to true is when handle hover gets called. So how in the world is this being set to true? Because we're not following it anywhere, and this is the only place that's an issue. This is an interesting problem. Let's see. It almost acts like the community category list was being hovered on start. But it's literally only this area. Then whenever you hover back over it, it goes away. This is the only one that has this issue. Because what I was gonna do is check to see if current ref dot current dot. That's the thing, right? You can't see if it's hovered right now. I don't know what that does. Yeah, I don't know why it's acting like we're hovering over this one specifically. I'm gonna go ahead and go grab a bit more coffee and rewarm my coffee and be right back. And then hopefully we can figure out what's going on with this guy. Because it should not be setting handle, it shouldn't be calling handle hover here. The thing is, I think whenever it loads in, it is bigger, right? So like, I think that might be part of the issue. Like, I'm wondering if we need to like check to see also if the mouse coordinates are inside of the bounding box, which is kind of stupid. Either that or need to call the unhover function whenever we load this up, like just once or something, which would be kind of stupid to do that. Like if we had to do like use effect, like imagine we have to do handle unhover, just call handle unhover here. Why am I not allowed to use that? I don't think. Does it use an E? Shoot. I don't think this uses an E, does it? It does. I'm gonna get rid of it. This would be the stupidest way to solve this. If it works, I guess. Okay, it worked. Now I need to figure out how to deal with this last bit, and then we're good to go. Hopefully, that's assuming that this works. It's exactly 600. But I think it's cutting off the padding. I put border box on that. No, it's still cutting off the padding. We're gonna play this game, I guess. Let's try one that's a little bit longer. I knew I said I was gonna go get coffee. I think art's a little bit longer. No, it works. Kind of. Okay. So we need to kind of see like what's going down with this guy. Get out of here. That one worked. I think that maybe it's just not quite going all the way. But it kind of works. Alright, so now I am really going to go grab some more coffee and be right back, y'all.
I don't wanna think about you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
Alrighty, y'all. So for like the next 30-ish minutes, we're basically just gonna log. Basically just gonna go and log like the size and stuff on this guy, and figure out like what's going on with this. That guy's like 1775.56, and as we scroll to the right, it doesn't go all the way, right? So like if we hover it again, still have a little bit missing. So we need to see like what's going on with that. So hop in here, go use horizontal scroll. Let's see. So what I'd like to do, so it's gonna have to do with the scroll, right? So the scroll amount might not be, like, the way that we're calculating scroll amount might not be perfect. So like, and it's scroll length that we're using to move stuff. No, it's scroll amount. But console.log the scroll length here. And we'll say, comma, scroll length, okay? And then I want to see. No, that's fine, I think. So our scroll length is 329. Okay. And so every time that we click on one of these, we move 329 pixels. Okay. And then what I want to look at is, I want to see the scroll left. I want to see this. So I think we might need to change this logic slightly. I'm guessing this is the logic that's breaking stuff. So, I'm gonna say current right position. Okay, I'm assuming this is the issue. And then, let's see. What we're checking is overflow ref current dot client width. Okay, so let's grab this as well. So this is the overflow length. Okay. Overflow ref should be fine. So let's see, I'm doing some sort of weird calculation here. So current right position is 600, that's fine. And current overflow length is 1776. And maybe I should actually do this whenever we scroll right and left instead of on hover. Meh, whatever. Okay, we scrolled all the way over. So it's saying current scroll position is 1776. So we might not be able to do floor. We might have to, so I think it has to do with how we're calculating this, right? I think the pages is the issue. It might be how many pages we're calculating. So again, the scroll length from the pages. Let's see what the pages looks like. How many pages does it think we need? Thinks we need 3 pages. I can't say pages plus 1 either, I don't think. Have a refresh. Right. Hover. So pages is 3. 1, 2, 3. That's correct, but it's not moving it far enough. We're short probably like a couple hundred pixels probably. There's a flaw in my calculation for pages. Like, what if we don't do this? No pages is 2.96. And scroll length is this. Let's just see what happens if I do this. Still the same thing. So now current overflow length. It might be, excuse me, this part that I'm calculating incorrectly. Might be this. Current right position. I wonder if I can keep track of where the right part of the overflow ref is, right? So like maybe I say current console.log current overflow right position, and that would be overflow ref dot current dot, and I think we can get client bounding box. HTML get components right X position. It is get client bounding box and then right. So what we could do is let's try this. So current dot get client bounding box dot right, and let's go ahead and say parent's right position, and instead of using the parent current scroll left, we can say parent current dot get client bounding box dot right as well. And we want it to be whenever those two are equal. So it's not like get client bounding, it's a rectangle. Whoops. Fix that. Rectangle, rectangle. What is the problem here? There's no current, bro. I'm looking right at it. Dude, what are you on? Oh, there is a current. I'm just fucking blind. About now. What do you mean get client bounding rec doesn't exist? Why are you being like this? Okay, parent ref dot order is wrong. Oh, did I miss client? Let me see. I might have missed client. You're right. Thank you. Get bounding client. Thank you for that. I was gonna say it seems like it's right, but no, I just flipped it. I appreciate you for that. Okay. So we hover. Pages, whatever. And honestly, we could probably just pages, whatever. So parent right 1532, and then overflow right position is 2707. If we click this a couple of times, get out of here. So now our overflow right position is 17. Oh, I'm going to go deal with my dot real quick. 1532, 1515. Okay, so we still need to show that one more time. I'll be right back, y'all. Alright, so we might need to recalculate how we're doing our pages, but what we can do now is check to see if these are less than. So we want to see if the overflow right position is less than. So here, instead of this, we'll check for parent ref and parent ref.current dot, and then this one is get bounding client rect dot right is less than the current dot get whoops, if I could type bounding client rect dot right. Then we'll scroll the amount that we calculated, or try to, because the remainder is a little bit smaller. Right, so if we refresh this, so why is it not allow scroll right if this return parent ref.current less than this? I do that backwards. Parent this. So it should be showing scroll right because right position of overflow let's see. Parent gonna be greater than. There we go. Now, the padding on the right not working, of course, because why would it? Because the padding's all the way over here. Cool. And I tried doing padding on the actual community role list itself, I think, and it didn't work either. So I put padding on this guy 08px. Kind of scuffed. We might have to do that. Come back in here. So I think this kind of works. We need to rethink about how we do our what's it called? We need to rethink how we do our pages, possibly, because the pages were off slightly. This in here, so replace the padding with that. See what this looks like. Refresh. Probably would have been better for it to, like, you know, be clean. Okay, now this is broken. Console. So now parent right position. Ooh, yeah, okay. So I did have it right the first time. Go back in here. And why is this broken? What's the problem? Expected one argument. It's not expecting one argument. Whatever. I think my whatever it's called is scuffed as hell right now. Yeah, so while parent, let's swap these. While overflow ref.current is greater than parent ref.current. Now it's showing up again. So right now, current Scroll length is now 390. I think we need to recalculate how we deal with the scroll length. Also, I think our search is broken for some reason, which is strange, but okay. Click next, 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 next. No, it's working. Holy cow, we did it, folks. Now the question is, how scuffed are things like our home? That dude's saying. Okay, seems fine. Cool, I think that's working actually. I don't know. I don't even know what actually horizontal CSS scroll snap is. I'm just doing it the way that I figured out. So I mean, I could look into that. But this seemed to be slightly easier instead of trying to snap it to specific elements in the moment that I developed it, but could possibly be done differently, that's for sure. But this gets the desired effect that I'm looking for. Alright. I think that's basically everything for communities. That probably needs a loading state. Our explore. Let's see. I don't know why this is still mad at us. Let's get rid of these console logs. I could definitely look into the CSS scroll snap though. What do I want to do? Wanted to find, let's go to our pages and our communities page. So I delete a bunch of the stuff that's not being used. Okay. So our communities explore, we need to deal with loading. We need to like kind of make like probably a loading component itself, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in a div called class name equal to communities explore loading. We're gonna throw this in here. Whoops. Div. And style this. Well, this doesn't even have anything in it anyway. Communities explore loading with 100%. I guess let's go into community explore in here with 100%. Height 100%. Height 100%. We're gonna do a padding on the top, 32px. We're gonna display flex this guy. Whoops. Flex justify content. And that will be, I'm gonna say center on this and align items flex start and see what that looks like. We might need to swap those. Always get these backwards. So if we come in here to explore, looks good, cool. So now this communities page itself, what's going on with this loading here? The communities page, we have a loading, particular progress, communities loading. So that's only if this current page is equal to nothing and we don't have a user communities. What if we just said if current page hasn't been set yet? Oops. Does that allow us to load? Let's refresh. No. So I don't think we have a loading state per se in here. To watch. We have a loading state for Yeah, I'm not sure what's going down with that guy. Because, like, we have the community top bar, but it's taken a second to render the joined communities component, it seems like. Right? Is like, oops. And it seems like what's going on here. Go to explore, has the loading state. Come here, empty for a second, and then it shows up. I'm gonna open up Redux real quick. I only got a few more minutes to mess with this, but we're basically done at this point. This is nitpicking some stuff. Okay. So reset, calling reset explore state. I think that's whenever we're doing the fulfilled. So whenever we come hit explore, we see communities updated and a bunch of other stuff. And then whenever we click on home, we're getting communities explore init fulfilled, update selected community, and reset explore state. We have user communities. I'm not sure. And I've thought that in our, not community post, what do we call this? Joined communities. Thought we had a loading state in here. Put that. We don't have a loading state in here. But I don't think we ever set loading to false. Or true or false, like I don't think we have a way to see that the app is loading here. Like nothing is rendering here, so like there's gotta be I appreciate that. Let me see. X Wolfie, I appreciate you following. So I don't think there's anything preventing us from like hiding this component other than displayed communities. If displayed communities are empty, then maybe I need to check displayed communities at length, and if displayed communities at length is 0, then we have the loading state. So let's do that. So let's do this. The only thing is we'll need to wrap this entire guy here, which I don't think is an issue. Okay, and then we can come up here and say displayed communities dot length equal to 0. Okay, and we need to wrap this guy again. Gonna be a little bit messy, but we'll clean it up. We need to dip in a second as well. But if it's 0, then we'll have a div with a class name equal to joined communities dash loading. And we'll take the circular progress. Oh, let's make sure we do this. You're not going to? Gosh dang it, I'll clean that up later. And then I'm gonna actually do this. My thing is scuffed. Okay. And this was joined communities. There we go. Okay. So now we can go ahead and look for our circular progress. This is why I really should just have a reusable loading component. I'm just lazy. And whenever I first started this component or this project, I didn't make a loading component, and now I wish I did. But it is what it is. We'll go ahead and import our circular progress. Maybe? Please? No? Why will you not let me import circular progress, brother? Why are we being like this? Okay, let's try again. Join communities. Can you please let me import it now? I might need to... Brother. Do this. I'm gonna copy this bit. Delete it. Why is it not showing up? So strange. Okay then, let's copy this. This is a disaster. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay. I don't know why my LSP is not working right now. And our circular progress is up here. And let me find where we had pulled that in from. Circular progress. There we go. Copy this. Paste it back in here. And then we'll go ahead and grab the join community loading and throw it in here. So now this will be with, whoops, with maybe 100%. Height 100%. And then we're going to go ahead and say padding on the top of 32px. Just go to the space. Display flex. Justify content in the center. And then align items, flex start. Now if we save this, now hopefully when we come here and then come into communities, the loading state's still jank, I guess. It's there, it's just very faint for some reason, which is strange. It was there. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call that fine. Alright, so that's basically everything for this stream. The only thing that I need to do is go into the back end. And I need to update. I come into source, main, resources, excuse me, data SQL, and come in here. I have some stuff that I need to clean up. So I duplicated a bunch of stuff. So what I'm thinking I'll do is I'll just have some of these randomly with hashtags and whatnot. And I think that's basically everything we need to do. I'll probably go through one last time here and just make sure I can do everything. The only thing that we can't do from the app is create a community, but you have to be a paying member of Twitter to be able to make a community. And I'm not buying a Twitter subscription just to be able to do that. But if we get down past these posts here, let's see. Maybe. Okay, trending topics. Trending news. There we go. So like these I copy pasted. Like I'm gonna get rid of these, make some of these like different, but that's all I gotta do before I can actually start working on making episodes. So I'll probably start recording episodes tomorrow. But that's gonna be everything for this stream. So hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Be on the lookout for the official like episodes of these. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up now. Peace out. I'll see you guys in the next live stream on Friday.
So damn good when I be on it, I be feeling so good. Glue when you coke said it, I be feeling every moment till I marry you. Regret I had a dinner, I just wanna puke.